Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is an unexpected video, and by unexpected I mean that I have started coloring again and I'm catching up on YouTube videos. I'm having fun rediscovering all my materials, and for self-motivation and feeling happy and motivated, I from time to time have flipped through some of my books, and I thought it would be a lovely idea to show you from my hardback book collection every page, not every page that I've colored, but every page that is special to me. And by special, I mean that I think it's stunning, or that I hardly can't believe that I colored it, but also pictures that brought me joy, that I remember being very pumped and happy, and yeah, that brought so much joy due to how it turned out or due to the materials that I've used. So yeah, I think, I hope it will be a lovely video to watch. I'm super excited to start recording or to start showing the pictures that I've selected for this video. So as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them below. And let's start. I have a huge pile of books beside me, and I'm not going to do them by coloring artist. I thought it would be lovely to mix them a bit up, not all the Maria pictures and all the Hannah Carlson pictures. It's just a mix of the different favorite coloring book artists, and yeah. So I'm going to start with Luna by Maria Troll, and beforehand I've put on some, I'm going to lift up my sleeve because it's not the most beautiful shirt I'm wearing. I've selected the pictures that I wanted to show, so I don't have to flip through all the book. And this one is the first one. It's not spectacular, but on the other hand, I think it was the first time that I've used my gelatos by Faber-Castell. I still need to learn them more, still need to practice with them, see what they can do, what they can mean for my colorings. But if I'm going to lift the book up and I'm going to flip, you can see the gold and the purplish gelato behind the flowers. And if you look at it straight, you don't see anything. And I also think that I've used some greens here. I'm not sure, or is it the gold? No, it's the gold, I think. So, and that's lovely about the gelatos. They have an effect by flipping your page and the light source, and I think that's so nice. I also like the vividness of the butterfly and her shirt. So yeah, it's a picture that brings me joy to look at. So this was the first one. The next one is One in a Midnight Masquerade by Hannah Carlson. Can't remember which one that I've picked. Oh yes, it's my cat. I think it's supposed to be a cat lady. Very happy with how her skin turned out. I'm particularly happy with her nose, and yeah, I don't know why, but I like that it's a bit highlighted here, and that the background seems to be reflecting a bit on her nose. I had quite a hard time coloring her hair. I think I've used gesso on the base, and then I've colored it with, I think, Durban drawing pencils. And yeah, made it extra special using black stickles. And also the background is quite playful with different kinds of watercolor and shimmery paints. So yeah, it's bright in color and I really like it. It's also from 2022. The Maria picture was also from 2022. So yeah, I was in a good coloring vibe back then. So the bow also nice with the white highlights. So yes, this was the second one. And then another Hannah book. It's Tales from the Forest Kingdom, and I've selected a few. The first one being this lady. This one I really like because of the pale colors. I like her hair. I've used Inktense on her dress. It's also lovely, just Inktense and nothing else. That's a lovely process when you want to do coloring and don't spend too much time. The border is just paint, but I like the little stains that I made, also from 2022. Okay. It's with a sponge on top of, I think, inks, or yeah, I think it's an inky background. I'm not sure. Did I have inks in 2022? No, I don't think so. And I also like, it's not on purpose, but I like that the lighter colors are behind her, tree things that grow out of her hair, and that the rest is blue around. And I like her face. I like everything about this picture. It's definitely one of my favorites. Oh, I've selected only two in this book. Okay. Oh yes, not this one. This one. This is a rescued page. I did the background with a lot of neocolor too, and then I didn't like it. It was too busy. It was no. And so I've grabbed, I think, white acrylic paint. I don't think it's gesso, because gesso can turn out gray if you put it over watercolor media. At least that's my experience. So I think it's just white acrylic paint, and I love that it's now, quite a fairy tale look, that it's a magic mirror coming out from the fog. And yeah, I've used Derwent color soft pencils on the little mushrooms. That's the amazing thing about coloring and having pictures that you really love. You can most of the time remember what you've used. Not sure what I've used on his fur though, but I do know that these are color soft pencils. I like how the leaves have a bit of an icy look as well. He doesn't have a specific type of fur, it's just colored in, but I love this one. It's from 2021. And after that page I did this one, not exactly after that one, because it's in 2022, but this is horrible. But yeah. Now we are going to a Disney book, an Art Deco edition, and I think I've only selected one, and from this book I remember what I've selected. Not this one. It's this one. I've used a teal acrylic paint. It looks blue in my light here on camera, but it's a teal color. And then with some acrylic paint I've stumped, yeah, like it's sea foam. And the thing that I love the most are all the little bubbles I did in shiny paints. Not super shiny paints, but it was so therapeutic to do it. And of course I love how Ariel's skin turned out. Yeah, I'm very happy with this one. Yeah. And this is done so in 2022. That was my top year. Then we are going to the original Sagor och Sägner. I also have the new edition. I was overthinking it quite a lot for if I should go for the new print edition, but since I like her artwork so much, and I think I've messed up some pages in this one already, that I thought, okay, I'm just going to go for an extra copy. It's not my habit to do so. From time to time I do, but it has to have a good reason, better paper quality, or yeah, the art style I love so much and that I want to redo, because some colorings I did in very early stage of my coloring and I want to do it like I color it now with the techniques that I know now. But other than that, I hardly buy copies of books, second copies I mean. So and for this book we are going to this page, and it's this one. I also like that one, but this one I like because of the fur. I think fur isn't easy to do. Far from it. Since my break of coloring, I shall call it, I'm not sure or certain that I can do it again. I think I don't know if I've lost my knowledge of doing the fur my way or not. I will have to try. But I love the luminosity of the flowers and the leaves. I'm going to lift it up and let's have a look a bit closer. I also like how these circles turned out in the fur. This is my best fur I've ever done. And do I have, oh no, I don't have any glossy accents on the berries. I thought I had glossy accents. And look at the date, 2022, again. Oh, I have glossy accents on his eye and on the nose, or her eye. Yeah. Love this one. The second page is an oldie, but I did a lot with Inktense. I'm going to see if I can discover, yes, 2019. I did a lot with Inktense pencils. I like the background. It's yeah, sunset, sun. Yeah, I think it's a sunset. And I've used some shimmer paint on my octopus. I think the octopus was done with, I don't know if it's Inktense. It could be, yeah, water-based markers or watercolor pencil, I'm not sure. But the color composition, I really like it as well. So, and some, it's a bit strange, but some pictures, like this one, I love so much. I don't dare to do it in the new book. Yeah, it's strange, but yeah. Anyway, that was the second one. Then we have, oh, this one is one that I really, really, really like. Excuse me. What do I love about this? His thing here, I don't know how it's called. I like the luminosity of these leaves. This is a very poppy color that I've used, but it works. I love the outlines on the plant. I love the glossy accents. His fur, although it's done with white Signo or another white gel pen on top of my coloring, I think it's fluffy. I like the cool colors that I've used for his ornaments, and yeah, it's a wintry page. Although the colors here are quite bright, it still has a wintry feeling, and I really like that. And this is from 2021. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. I'm afraid to do this again as well. And then the last page is this one. And I like this one because, yeah, it's not as good as my deer page, although it's also from 2022, but I don't like too much detail on stuff. Like his sweater or her sweater was full of little things, and yeah, I am glad that I can use some gouache and make it poppy and shiny with some glitter paint or stickles or whatever that I've used. I also like the nails with glossy accents. There are such tiny details that, yeah, really make me happy. I also like the white or the light around the bear and that the bird is popping as well. I've used some inks, oxide inks, splattered with water. That gives a lovely effect as well. So yeah, really happy with this one as well. Then we have one of my very first coloring books that I bought, Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. And I have a picture selected, not this one. I'm sorry, I'm standing a bit. I'm filming on my bed because it's easier for me to put everything aside, and I'm alone. Nobody can laugh about my English. So this is a picture that if I look at it, again from 2022, I can hardly believe that I colored this. I think I've used gesso on the hair to make the harsh lines go away a little bit. Yeah, I think so. Same with the blonde girl. But I've used some stickles or glitter glue to make her hair extra shiny. Same for her, but it's not super visible. It's black stickles. But I think I've used watercolor paint, no neocolor, because it's quite dark, and I use a lot more of watercolor paints than I do from neocolor. Not sure why, but I always stick to one layer with the neos. Don't know why I shouldn't do that, because you want your colors to be vibrant, but I think it's watercolor paint. And if I look at those two, did I do this? But yeah, I did. Afraid of doing them again. I don't know if I have them in my guild corn, something like that book with the best of Hannah's pictures. But if I had to do them again, I don't have Daydreams in a double copy, I would be scared. I never can achieve this again. So yeah, 2022 is very, how do I say it? Very present. Now a big book, the Disney Vitro second volume, and I have one that I really like, two in fact, and those are these two. The first one I really like. I'm not going to zoom out because all my other books are small, and it will be a hassle to make it look good again. So what I really like this badass. I loved coloring in him, and I'm not too fond about Genie, but I do like the rest. I like the old look. Look at the date. Unbelievable. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. I love the vintage look due to inks. Yeah, it's a nice composition. It's just a shame that Genie has to be blue, but yeah, well, he is blue, so I had to do him blue. But if I don't mistake, he's called Jafar, I think. He's badass. I really like him. And then this one isn't a special one, but I did her as a first picture after a bit of a coloring slump years ago. 2022 again. And I love Isma. I really enjoyed the movie. She was such a good bad character. I love her. I have some pictures of her to color in other books, and yeah, she's amazing. And I've lost a bit of paint here because it's kind of a nail art polish that I've used, and so it's gone. It's super shiny, but yeah, I was feeling something on my hand, and I think it was that paint. Yeah, I can see it lying down here. The next one, we have Soulmates by Hannah Carlson. And the first page, yes, it's the yellow tab. These two pages. What do I like about them? Everything. I like for her the fact that it's also, I think, Inktense pencils and no extra layers, just Inktense. So it speeded up my coloring. Same for the plants, although I think it's Inktense. Some shiny details as well, the sun and the moon. Yeah, I like her face, I like her hair. Her eyes are talking to me. She has an expression, and I really like it. Also some glittery accents for the jewelry. And on this page, I like how the candle turned out. I love my shiny bottle. I love how my frogs turned out. I've used some shiny paints on the crystals. I didn't do on outlining. This is also Inktense. I think everything, or most of everything, is Inktense. And the background, I'm not sure. Neos, I think. And this is Graphitint, if I'm not mistaken. 2019, two oldies. And maybe this one is from 2022. Yes, it is. Oh my God. um, yeah, fantastic page to have fun with. I like the snake's vibrancy. I like her glossy lips. I like the background with the sponge dipping. I like the snakes with the stickle beaks. I had trouble with her hair, but I think it turned out well with some golden highlights for details. She's stunning. Another one, I can't believe that I've colored it. And again from 2022. I also like the color shifting for the background. Not everything is gray and not everything is green. Yeah, it turned out very nice. Loved it. Love this. Yeah. And then we are going to another favorite coloring book artist again. Botanicum by Maria Troll. And I show this one quite a lot if I have to show everything that I've colored in some books. This is my tribute to my bird that passed away, and it's still a very emotional picture because I still miss her a lot. But yeah, I don't remember what I've used coloring. I think her dress is Rogetan pencils. And for the border, I used the washi tape. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a painful picture, but also, yeah, one that I really like. In composition of colors, I don't like the butterfly, but yeah, oh well. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going further so I can dry my eyes. Okay. This one is not an oldie. It's done in 24. What I like about this one is that I did some, not plans, but a bit of a fantasy thing, because the page was quite, how do you say it? Simple and quite empty. So it was nice to play around with some things. And I have I have brushes that are trapezium shaped. I don't know how they are called, but they give some nice effects if you brush them over like this. I did use some gold ink for little, flowery details. I'm sorry. And I've used granulation paints, I think, or bokeh undo from Kuretake, looking at the colors. But my frog also, I still love using now as well. In the beginning of my coloring, I must say, I could wait using stickles until everything was done. I can't anymore. If I've colored a part, I have to use stickles or glitter, or it's an addiction. I love it so much. I also like, I'm going to refocus, the glossy eye. Yeah. And of course the dragonfly also had to have a glittery wings. And yeah, I like it because it has how do you call it? It has an atmosphere. It's like it's going to rain, and he's hiding under the leaves of the flower. And then the last one, that I did. It's also an oldie, it's from 2020, but I don't like coloring in flowers because I can't see. I also always want to use my imagination, so I don't look up the colors of the real flowers. I always want to use my own imagination, and that's difficult because I don't have a lot of fantasy or imagination to make a flower look nice. And I think I've achieved a nice look on this page. It's a soft background with the blue and the pink, and everything, it matches. I don't know how I did it, but I'm going to look closer. I did some glossy on some details here and there. I really like how the girl turned out as well. It's a tiny face, but she was a pleasure to color. And I think it's nice that the color of her dress is a little bit coming back. Not exactly because it's another color, but in the green leaves, the composition is correct for my feeling. So yeah, happy with this one. Now I have to grab a towel because due to my tears, I'm sorry, I have a sniffy nose. But it's good that I still can cry about my little birdie. She meant a lot to me, and it's a sign that I still love her and miss her. And here I go again. No, we are going to Clara now. Okay, little secrets from my fairy house. I can't remember what I've picked for this one. Oh, I didn't pick one. I didn't pick this one. It's my finished page. Oh dear. The last time that I did an update on my channel, this was still a whip, but it's finished now. Not liking the wings of my little girls. I hate coloring in wings because the same with flowers, I don't have any imagination, so I made them white and I put a lot of glue on it, Mod Podge. But everything else I quite like. I like this thing. I like my mushrooms here. I like my little guy. I've used some glossy stuff here and there. I love my little caterpillar there in the corner. And it's, for doing a picture, it's the first one I did in this one, or did I? No, I did my body color with my lovely friend Amanda. And as I like this picture, but it was a bit of a search which pencils that I like the most, because I really like how the flowers turned out, and I loved body coloring with Amanda. We are great friends. I have a lot of support from her side when I'm struggling with coloring, or when I had no interest, I was tired, had no energy. It just, and I wanted to color, but I couldn't force myself, and blah blah blah. And she's a great supportive friend. So but yeah, it's a mistake that I'm showing you this page. But anyway, for doing a first big page after a bit of a coloring slump, I think it looks nice, except for the wings of my girls. So this was a mistake book. Then Juwelenkistje, the jewelry box by Hannah Carlson. We have 3. Oh yes, this one. This is so, yeah, I'm sorry, but I think this is so beautiful. I love my roses. In my beginning phase of coloring, I couldn't imagine me coloring in a hand, let alone flowers. But because it's one flower, it's doable, or it was doable. And I like the luminosity. I like, yeah, everything that going to lift it up as good as I can. It's, yeah, I love the glossy accent on her nails. Of course, my shiny stuff here, and on the blouse, and the background is also lovely. I had a blast doing this page, and I love it so much. Yeah, really one of my favorites. And as I told you in the beginning, it's not always the most beautiful page. For in this case, I think it's very beautiful, but I'm also showing pictures that I don't think have the potential to be the most beautiful page in the world, but they bring joy. They trigger feelings. Another from 2022. I remember being in an insomnia stage around this time. I have been coloring this during the night when I couldn't sleep, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. The light is popping. I love the little diamonds here. I love my birds. I love the color combinations. I love the sickles on the flowers, and here it's a bit of a fairy look. Look at my birds. They are so simple, and yet I love this page as well. But it was during a sleepless night. So some pages really have memories. And then this one, not the most beautiful page, but I had a lot of fun working on the background. It's with watercolor in 2022. I've used some shimmery paints. I can't say that I don't like snakes. I wouldn't keep them as a pet because I think they're cold and yeah, a bit wet. But yeah, I don't. The only animal that I don't like are wasps. They have another name in English, yellow jackets or something like that. I hate them, and horners as well. I'm afraid of them, and that's why I don't like them. Because I like bees, I like even mosquitoes don't scare me, or no. 2022 again. There is a mosquito. We went to Singapore last month because normally we would have been traveling to Singapore last May, but then my husband got pneumonia. I think it's called like that. So he was very sick on the day of our departure. He had almost 40 degrees Celsius fever. So we had to cancel everything on the day of departure, and it was horrible. And so we went to Singapore last month. The flying company parked our tickets until the last of March, the 31st of March this year. So we've rebooked our trip, and there are tiger mosquitoes, and they carry around a lot of nasty diseases. So that's a mosquito to be afraid of, I think. But the ones that are flying around here in Belgium, although there are also tiger mosquitoes in Belgium, but I don't think they live here close in the neighborhood. But yeah, I'm afraid of hornets and wasps. So that was Juwelenkistje. Then it's a long video, guys. I hope you have some drinks or a nice snack. I couldn't predict how long it would be taking, but it's taking a while. But I hope it's not a problem and that you like it. I'm really having fun doing this one video, especially to make up for my absence during the past months again. I'm super excited to be coloring again, and I really hope this feeling stays with me now again. Yeah, I feel very grateful that I've returned to my hobby. This one, not the most beautiful picture, I think, but I like the background. I like the composition, it's good. I like my bird. He has some stickles going on. I like my branches, they are a bit poppy, but I've played around with watercolor paint or kuretake. It could be kuretake, and I've made this effect with putting salt over it. And so, yeah, it holds a nice memory of playing around with salt and, yeah, watching what was going to happen with the page. And I don't think, yeah, I've smudged a bit here, of course, but the page is in pristine condition on the other side. That's why I really like the Mus editions. Nice quality paper, love them. Another Mus edition, Tales from the Witch Cottage by Hannah Carlson, but in the Dutch edition. I have one to show. Oh yes, that holds another memory. That's from last year, 2024, just before we went to South Korea. I've bought myself a tin of Derwent Lightfast pencils. I asked my friend Amanda what her experience with them was, and she really loved them. And yeah, I thought so. I saw a good deal on an online shop, a Dutch online shop, and so I've treated myself on these pencils. And this was the first page that I did with them, and I really like it. I like how bright my bird looks. Yeah, I like this little bell that he's wearing or she's wearing. I like the glossy eyes. I like these branches. Fantastic pencils. I love them so much. I'm still mixing up my pencils as much as I can. And I love my background. It's very playful with shimmer paints, and I think this was Neos. You can see a harsh line here, a bluish tint. I didn't do it on purpose, although it is Mus paper. I had bleed through from this page, and I think that's because I wasn't waiting long enough to let my Neo colors dry, and I kept on adding water and water and water, and that's what caused this shine. If I had waited longer, it wouldn't have been a problem, I think. But it's not, yeah, it doesn't disturb, and I'm super happy with this page. Now we have, and I'm going to, 1 minute, I'm going to try and make, yeah, that's better. I don't think I've chosen this one on purpose, but I can't remember what I've chosen out of this book, The Fairy Touch of Magic by Klara Markova. I have to say, I'm not feeling Klara at the moment. I do like her artwork. I have her newest book. It's a bit of a budget attacker, the recent prices of her books. I've paid, I think if I remember it correctly, 55 euros. It was including shipping. I've ordered it from a Dutch website. But 55 euros, it's a bit heavy, and I still haven't colored in it yet. But looking at this page, I love this one. I love my jellyfish. I love my normal fish. I love my mermaid. I love her hair. I love the seahorse. I really want to try and find my Clara Mojo again. I love it so much, this one. Joe, yeah, I also like the poppy outline on the fish. There's so much to love about this page. But I can't remember. I think I've used Supra colors or Faber-Castells for the background. And I did this in 21. Okay, not 22, but 21. So I do hope I will be returning to Clara one of these days or one of these weeks, because if I look at this, I'm so happy, and I want to have another page that makes me happy. And I like my grape guy, as I've showed you before, and I like the one that I've colored with Amanda, but the feeling is different from this one, and I don't know why. I think I talked about it with Amanda again, telling her that I think I'm a bit blocked by Clara's artwork because I had been forcing myself to color a certain page. I can't remember in which book, but I thought it was so not nice to not finish it, but yeah, it gave me a bad vibe. And yeah, although I've colored pictures after that bad vibe, the vibe isn't the same as with this page. But I'll give it time, and time brings yeah, hopefully the right motivation again. Flora and Fauna by Maria. What did I pick from this book? By the way, it's these books that I'm showing are not all of my hardcover books. I also have hardcover books with colored pages, but not ones that I particularly like or that have special memory to me. This one, I've picked this one because it's so fresh, bright. I like how my flowers turned out. I like the composition. Everything matches. And the only thing that I did for detail is the center of the flowers, or the little flowers, and my bumblebee's wings. So a very pure page. No, not 1000 kind of stickles, although I like it, but this one didn't ask for stickles. It only asked for shiny wings, and that was it. And I love it. It's a calming page. It's a calm page. Yeah, from 2020. And then we have the Dutch edition from Tales of the Forest Kingdom, I think it's called in English. Whoa, this book has another color on camera than it has in real life. It's super teal in real life, and it's quite muted on video. Anyway, what have I selected here? I think no, I didn't remember this one. But what do I like about this one? Everything, I think. Yeah, it doesn't bring any memories, but I like the color composition. I like my watercolor is Paul Rubens, I think, here on the bottom. The shimmer paint on top of, I don't know what I've used. I think it's a rescued background. If I have to rescue a background, most of the time I use some shimmer paint to make, yeah, some extra detail. I like how her hair turned out without even outlining it. I like her little stickle freckles. I like the bunnies, although they don't have fur. I like her nail polish. It's just a beautiful combination of the coloring with the background. And yeah, it makes me happy looking at it. From 2023. We're almost at the end. We have Moon Valley by Maria Troll. Oh, these are quite... Oh, this one is the first one. Yeah, what do I don't like about it? I love this one so much. The colors, even if the leaves are quite dark, they fit with the lighter flowers. I like the little mice. I like his little nest. I love everything, and I don't think I've only used some stickles on the center of this yellow flower, and that's it. Very subtle again. I'm going to, yeah, it's focusing. It's so nice, and I love my snowy effect. Yeah, don't have any specific memories, but I just like composition, and again, one that I hardly can believe that I did this. Although it's quite simple in background, it's, yeah. And then this one I really love because of my vintage look. It has vintage pink colors. I like that the butterfly is popping out. She better had been colored like the butterfly, because she's not really standing out, although she has some stickly wings. But yeah, I really like the color combination. She is also quite poppy. Also very calm page, only stickles on some parts. But the vintage colors is, yeah, my cup of tea, I must say. Really like this one as well. Then we have April's Forest Girl coloring book, the hardback version, of course. No, this one is the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, I've stumbled again. Not the most beautiful picture that I've done, but I'm so proud of my tree. I did it with watercolor, and I'm so proud of how the wood turned out. That's why I've chosen this picture. I had so much fun coloring or painting. I like how the girl turned out, but my tree, I like my tree. I love playing around with watercolor. It's, yeah, really a hell of a lot of fun, and that's important. within a hobby. And then we have this one, and this is also one that I really like because of my painting. I did the leaves with granulating watercolors, and this was a disaster because I was doing a lot of things with her hair, but now it's a bit of a ghosty theme. She's going to the rainbow bridge, or is it only used for pets? I don't know, but that is coming for her, and that's why she's in a mist with shimmer. I had to rescue her because everything was done and it was just a shame to give this picture up, so I made up my little story that she was there mourning for herself and that she's going to go. I don't want to be morbid, but sometimes you have to, you still can see the disaster here on her sleeve, but yeah. And then the last book. We're almost 1 hour in. The last hardback book that I want to show you, with, yes, this page, also a bit of a vintage look, very subtle, although there's a lot of shimmer going on. I like how the leaves or the flowers are popping. I love the stickles. I love how the ink reacted on the paper. It looks stained, but I think it's a nice touch. I like my little butterflies. I love everything about this picture. And I did this. Can you see it? Again. And then the last page. Again. Whoop. 2022. I had a lot of work on this page, but it was worth it. Not my best fur. I couldn't be bothered to do the little mice with fur, but I do like the poppy flowers on her head. I like how she turned out. I like the white effect on the mushrooms. I liked how my berries turned out. I love the fairy effect with glitter paint or stickles. I think these are stickles. So yeah, no specific memories, but just a nice page, good in color composition. One that I can't believe that I did, but I did. Sometimes you can amaze yourself, and that's what happened here for sure. So that was it, guys. I'm going to leave this page open so that you have something to look at while I am saying goodbye. I really hope you've liked this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them below. If you like this one, please let me know if you want an edition of my floppy books or my not hardback books. Then I will search them as well, see what I like, and or maybe even if you don't want to see that video, maybe I'm going to make him anyway, because I really had fun doing this one. And yeah, I want to go coloring again now. So anyway, I hope you have a lovely day or evening or wherever you are, and I hope I will see you soon on a new video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.